All right, everybody, welcome back. Today, we're going deep, really deep, into something I think we all crave.
Hmm.
Happiness.
Yeah, who doesn't want a little more happiness?
Exactly. And, you listeners sent in some seriously interesting questions, all about the science behind happiness. Like, what really makes us happy? What's the psychology of it all?
Big question.
Big questions.
Mhm.
So get ready to dive in. We're going to unpack all this stuff, figure out what makes us tick, all those good vibes.
Well, from a psychology standpoint, at least, it's not just about feeling good.
Right. Like, it can't just be winning the lottery or,
Yeah.
finally finding that perfect parking spot.
Exactly. Happiness in psychology, it's more like well-being is a better word, I think. It's this whole package.
Yeah.
Positive emotions, like you said, but also meaning, purpose, and just overall life satisfaction.
Okay, so less about those like quick bursts of joy and more about a feeling of being content and, fulfilled. Makes you wonder though, like what about all those things we usually connect with happiness? I'm thinking like money. Does more
Mhm.
money actually make you happier?
It's like the age-old question, right? Can money buy happiness? And research, actually, there's this study from UC Berkeley.
Oh, wow. Berkeley. Okay.
Yeah, they found that while having money, it definitely reduces stress, right? And it helps you feel secure.
Sure.
There's kind of like a limit.
A limit.
Yeah, like once you hit a certain income, having even more, it doesn't actually make you that much happier.
Hmm. Interesting. So there's like this point where you have enough. So maybe would it be better to just like prioritize being financially stable
Hmm.
instead of chasing, I don't know, like extreme wealth?
You're spot on there. I mean, financial security, it's like the base. But it's not the whole story. And this is fascinating. There's the Harvard Study of Adult Development.
Oh, wow. Heard
It's
about
been
it.
running for decades, and they consistently find that having strong social connections, that's way more important for happiness, even
Mhm.
more than wealth.
Seriously. So like having good friends, a strong family, those kinds of relationships, that's actually the key.
They're a huge part of it, absolutely.
Yeah.
Those close bonds, they give you a sense of belonging, support. It all feeds into how happy you feel overall. But we can't forget, some of it is also in our genes, right? And those big life events we all go through, they shape us too.
Right, right. Because, some of our listeners, they wonder if some people are just born happier. Is there actually a happiness gene? Is that a thing?
Well, there's definitely some evidence that your genes play a part. Think of it like your baseline happiness level, your starting point.
Okay.
But it's not fixed, right? Life throws curveballs, good and bad. And those experiences, they shift your happiness up or down.
So it's nature and nurture both.
Exactly. Like getting married, having a kid, losing a job, big wins, big challenges. These things, they can really impact your happiness. It shows just how dynamic it all is, always changing.
Yeah, totally. It's like this whole intricate web of money, relationships, genes, and experiences all weaving together. But I'm curious about what happens like physically in our bodies when we feel happy.
Yeah.
The biological side of things.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. It's like your brain throws a party, releases all these chemicals,
Mhm.
endorphins, dopamine, serotonin.
Whoa, a brain party.
They're like the biological basis for feeling good, for those happy vibes.
So it's not just an emotion. It's like a physical process happening.
Exactly. These chemicals, they help regulate mood, they lower stress, and they create those feelings of pleasure, of well-being. It's the science behind that natural high you get.
Wow, so happiness is like literally boosting your brain. That's so cool. But, it makes me think about different cultures. Like, is there one definition of happiness that everyone agrees on? Or does it differ around the world?
Good question. I mean, everyone wants to be happy, that's universal, but what happiness means exactly, how much it's valued, that can change from place to place.
Oh, interesting.
For example, in places like the US, which is individualistic,
Right.
personal achievement, expressing yourself, those things are really tied to happiness.
What about other cultures?
Well, in more collectivist cultures, like many in Asia, it's more about social harmony, playing your role in the community. Happiness is less about you and more about the well-being of the whole group. It's about joy and connection and shared experiences.
Hmm. That's a really different perspective. So even the way we think about happiness is shaped by where we come from. Makes you think, huh. But beyond feeling good, I'm wondering about the long-term effects. Are there actual benefits to being happy?
Oh, absolutely. There's a ton of research on this. And it turns out happiness is linked to so many good things.
Okay, so it's not just about feeling good in the moment.
Nope. People who report feeling happier, they tend to be healthier physically. Their immune systems are stronger, they deal with stress better, and they even live longer.
Wow. It's like a superpower. Okay, but let's talk about what we can actually do, like in our daily lives. How do we actually boost our happiness?
The good news is there are a lot of proven strategies, like practicing gratitude.
Gratitude, okay.
Yeah, it shifts your focus to the good things in your life, appreciating what you have instead of always wanting more.
So focusing on the positive. What else?
Mindfulness is a big one too. It's about being present, paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Helps you really savor the good moments and get through the tough ones with more awareness.
That makes sense. And of course, building those strong relationships we talked about earlier.
Exactly. Spend time with people you care about, make those bonds even stronger, offer support to others. It all makes a difference in your happiness.
So it's like we have to actively make happiness happen. We can't just sit around waiting for it.
Exactly. Happiness is a skill, something you can learn and practice. It's about making choices that match your values and contribute to your overall well-being.
Wow, this has been an incredible deep dive. We covered so much ground, like the whole definition of happiness in psychology, the biology of it, how different cultures see it, even its long-term benefit.
And how to actually cultivate it.
Right, right. And, we learned that money is important, but to a point, having strong relationships and actively practicing things like gratitude and mindfulness, that's where it's at.
It really was a fascinating conversation.
It was. Now, for all of you listening, I have a question for you. Now that you know all this stuff about happiness, what one small change can you make today, right now, to boost your own happiness? What will you do with this knowledge? Think about it. And join us again next time for another deep dive.
Thanks for listening.